Assalamualaikum, Dr Qammil and Miss Mogeret. My name is Nurhazwani binti Rapiee Jaimin. My matrik number is 71114. I am going to present about mass tourism. The main point of my presentation is the suggestion that is 5 adequate initiatives to overcome negative impression on mass tourism. Here is the table of contents in my presentation. There will be introduction, the impacts and suggestion, also conclusion and references. What is mass tourism? Mass tourism is a significant component of the tourism industry. Mass tourism refers to the participation of large numbers of people in tourism, a general characteristic of developed countries in the 20th century. According to Poon, mass tourism refers to the movement of a large number of organized tourists to popular holiday destinations for recreational purposes. We can conclude that mass tourism is a type of tourism involving tens of millions of people who often go to the same destination at the same time of year. Mass tourism can usually happen in a variety of tourist circumstances. It could be a resort on the coast, as Copacabana Beach in Brazil, Benidorm in Spain, Phuket in Thailand, or Kuta in Bali. Or it could be a place such as Great Wall of China, and it could be a picture-perfect village or a remote island. Here is the impacts of mass tourism. The positive impact of mass tourism is increased employment, job opportunities provided to local people through tourism industry. Next is the economy gain profit because it brings huge amount of foreign currency into a country. Environmental. The more the tourism generates, the more money that can go back to the conservation and preservation of the country's sustainability and tourism companies. How local communities earn extra income through mass tourism by selling local products to tourists. Last, tourists can learn about other cultures. The negative impact of mass tourism is environmental destruction. The destruction of local resources to make room such as resorts and hotels for ecotourism. Pollution can caused by mass tourism. For example, congestion will increase the carbon emissions in an area. Mass tourism can change at certain places. Overcrowding can impact fragile environments and soil will be eroded away. The next negative impact is local can be exploited in various ways. Their traditional way of life change as they accustomed to Western culture. Ecological and sociological disturbance. Rare species are hunted down to use as tourist attraction. 5 adequate initiatives to overcome the negative impression on mass tourism. The first one is to minimize the number of tourists. By restricting the number of tourists permitted to visit a particular area that we need to conserve can avoid environmental destruction. Next is to travel during off-peak periods to avoid over-tourism in one destination. Green tourism can overcome the negative impression on mass tourism. It can provide an opportunity to preserve local heritage or revitalize indigenous cultures, such as by regenerating traditional arts and crafts. In addition, tourists can enjoy unspotted nature ecosystem and the quality of products or services in the environment. Strict rule implementation in conservation area. The tourist should respect the private property. This is to avoid overcrowding, which can impact the fragile environment or heritage site. Last is to ensure local communities benefit from tourism. Promotes positive impact of tourism, creates awareness and knowledge of the tourism sectors among the local communities. As a conclusion, mass tourism literally like multinational corporations. Mass tourism is not new, but it is relatively new to our awareness of many of the negative impacts it creates. It is only in recent years that we have really begun to realize and think in a more sustainable way about the impacts of our behavior. To reduce the negative impacts on mass tourism, it is important that we prepare and maintain our tourism industry. This is the references for my presentation. Thank you for lending me your time. That's all from me.